Madagascar is facing enormous social, economic, and environmental adversities. Like many sub-Saharan African countries, Madagascar is overwhelmed with poverty. Economic growth has been stagnant over the past decade, leaving millions of people without jobs. There is little access to education or quality health care. Demographic pressure is high, and the population of 20 million is expected to double by 2050. Although Madagascar faces the threat of HIV epidemic, so far, less than 1% of the population is estimated to be HIV positive, according to the United Nations Program on HIV/AIDS. Madagascar's government recognizes a unique opportunity to maintain and reduce the current number of HIV cases and has partnered with GIZ on a comprehensive HIV program that links social and economic development.
This is Majunga, situated on the northwest coast of Madagascar in the Boeni region with nearly 1 million people.
Majunga is Madagascar's second largest port. It is largely responsible for supplying goods to the northern and western parts of the country, and it plays an important role in exporting commodities like tobacco and shrimp. Much of the rest of Majunga's economy relies on small businesses and street vendors. The economy has been in decline in recent years, and many large and small businesses have closed.
These buildings here on the edge of Majunga used to bustle with activity, but now sit vacant. Koton Majunga, one of Majunga's biggest exporters and an employer of over 1,000 people, has halted production and closed its doors. International companies are no longer willing to do business in Madagascar. The problem? Constant instability during the past decade, which has created an unstable environment for business and undermined the economy throughout Madagascar. The decline is taking a toll on youth as well. The number of marginalized youth is growing rapidly. A lack of future prospects leads to greater willingness to take risks and greater risk of infection of HIV. Many young women and men have turned to prostitution as a means to survive.
In addition to destabilizing the national economy, the current political situation has reduced access to quality health care and has weakened its partnerships with international aid organizations,
many of which are no longer recognizing the latest administration change since a military coup in 2009.
Hello, my name is Huguette Rabinitani. I am the Chief of Staff for the GIZ HIV/AIDS project in Majunga. GIZ is maintaining their support to stabilize the number of people living with HIV/AIDS and prevent the spread of HIV in Majunga and in the region of Boeni. The first layer of our program involves awareness campaigns targeted at the most vulnerable populations, which are marginalized youth, sex workers, men having sex with men, and people living with HIV. We do this through counseling, group meetings, and home visits to really get the word out about HIV. We call this behavior change communication. GIZ is active both in rural and urban areas, working with and reinforcing local NGOs to promote HIV awareness. They conduct counseling at this rural health center outside of town. Sex workers receive condoms and discuss how to use them correctly.
First, I'm glad to meet everyone. My name is Yasmin, and today we are talking about sexually transmitted diseases. What must we do to protect ourselves against sexually transmitted diseases?
And here, a GIZ-sponsored meeting of men having sex with men, another at-risk group.
We ask everyone to share their experiences and speak openly.
This girl is a 21-year-old sex worker. She has asked that we not use her real name, so we'll just call her Pamela. Pamela allowed us to talk to her and let us see how she works and lives. As Pamela gets ready to go out for the evening, she talks to us about her situation. She says she would like to go to school, but she can't earn money and go to school at the same time. This is a common problem to overcome in reintegration. Pamela agrees to come and take part in our HIV awareness meeting before going out to work for the night. The following day, she showed us one of the places where she works. As you can see, these are not the best working conditions. They are nothing more than small, dirty rooms full of beds with just a curtain in between. Pamela has 3 sisters, all from different fathers. None of the 4 sisters know their fathers. Pamela's mother is a sex worker as well. Reintegration has to provide more than just awareness and free condoms. They must also include access to resources that can change lives permanently if girls like Pamela are to have a chance at something better.
The second layer of our program provides access to healthcare for high-risk groups. GIZ is partnering with the Malagasy government to provide technical and financial assistance to local health centers. The goal is to improve access to quality healthcare for people at risk for acquiring HIV infection and people living with HIV. The program focuses on HIV prevention and treatment and monitors HIV/AIDS prevalence in target populations.
Hi, I'm Dr. Boodoo, head of the Department for Sexually Transmitted Diseases at CSI. We specialize in medical care for people living with HIV, providing them with antiretroviral drugs. We mainly work with commercial sex workers and men having sex with men. We offer medical examinations, social assistance, and medicines. We are one of the only facilities in this area that can provide this type of health care. We are working in cooperation with GIZ to research social dynamics and epidemiological trends to find the most at-risk groups and see what changes are taking place within them. Hi, I'm Dr. Touk, manager of the Health Center in Muraran, Friends of the Youth. It was opened in 2009 with technical and financial support by GIZ, the Commune, and the Ministry of Health. We work here in 2 levels, health and sociocultural. For health, we provide medical examinations, HIV, STD screening, consultations, family planning, malaria, and nutrition as well. Plus, all of the health awareness campaign technical and educational materials. For social development, we provide games and activities for youth like basketball, we present movies, and give lessons in music and dancing.
The third layer of the project is designed to link social and economic development. The idea is that marginalized youth and other at-risk groups benefit from a program that supports them within different aspects of their lives simultaneously. GIZ uses a specialized team of counselors who approach each person individually, providing guidance and constantly monitoring their progress for social reintegration. A database of private enterprises accepting trainees is regularly updated so that counselors can find jobs and trainings that are most suited to an individual's skill level and potential. These GIZ counselors also advise and link individuals to microfinance institutions to enable them to access loans for starting their own small businesses.
Another aspect of social development is economic. GIZ is facilitating loans to at-risk individuals by partnering with microfinance institutions like OTIV.
Hello, I'm Raslufmanan Andriatina. OTIV at Bueni is a microfinancing partner with GIZ in Matsanga. We target our support towards youth who are jobless to give them opportunities to turn their lives around and escape poverty for the rest of their lives. We work with people in urban Mazanga, but we also give agricultural loans to people in rural areas.
Madame Rassoarvoun Boudoirsou, directrice du CFP BD, Centre de Formation Professionnelle en Art Culinaire.
I'm Rasuarabuni Budwarasu, the director of the CFP BD Centre for Job Skills Training and Culinary Arts. Here we teach pastry making, international cooking and hotel services. This centre is working with GIZ to provide marginalised youth with job skills that give them opportunities to find jobs or start their own businesses. But what we are also teaching is that they can start working immediately and make money and live better lives.
Here at the Don Bosco Training Center in Majunga, at-risk youth are learning job skills that prepare them to enter the workforce. Young men receive training in many fields, like woodworking. There are also classes on air conditioning repair. And welding too. A special component of GIZ activities is partnering with private enterprises in various sectors like mining, tourism, and agriculture, whose employees are at risk for HIV. GIZ has a long track record of encouraging the private sector to participate and invest in activities that help deliver development. GIZ has helped to set up workplace policies within these enterprises to create awareness and provide medical care for those infected with HIV. CTAM, a tobacco manufacturing plant, is one of GIZ's partners in the private sector of Majunga. CTAM hires many young, low-wage workers who are at the greatest risk for HIV. That's why it's important to associate with these types of employers and get the message to the people who need it most.
Can you tell us what are the causes of HIV?
AIDS is coming from unprotected sex. We have to use protection and only have sex with one partner.
Madagascar still faces many challenges for sustainable economic growth and equitable redistribution. Demographic pressure and HIV epidemic are serious threats that need to be dealt with while there is still time. Madagascar has a unique opportunity to maintain its low HIV prevalence and avoid the disastrous consequences of HIV epidemic like in the African continent. In the past few years, Madagascar has started on an ambitious HIV prevention and treatment program. Germany, through its development agency GIZ, has been an active partner improving the quality of HIV awareness campaigns for high-risk groups like sex workers, marginalized youth, and men having sex with men. GIZ is also linking social and economic development, providing an opportunity to marginalized youth to access job trainings and microfinancing as a way to escape poverty and become self-sufficient by earning an income. The greatest asset of Madagascar is its people, who are ready to embark on the path of sustainable development. GIZ is here to support them.